Our first interview of the International Left and COVID-19. I'm Linda. I'm member of the party Die Linke.
And I'm Leah. I'm also a member of the party Die Linke in Cologne. Yeah, we are really excited for this interview.
We are having Aslan from Pakistan here, and we will ask him some questions about COVID-19.
Just for a brief bio introduction, I'm Aslan from Pakistan and teaching history in a university.
So it's really interesting for us to compare how the situation is in Pakistan in the universities and how it is in Germany. So what are the difficulties caused by the corona crisis for your work right now?
So first of all, the very first thing which we are facing is the impression of modus operandi of teaching. So there is an impression, being a history teacher, that we are going to impart everything inside the class and in front of the teachers, of the students. So our readings, our formulation of the questions, our hypothesis, everything is like that the students are sitting in front of me, and before going to class, I prepare my lecture, keeping in view that they are listening me. We faculty members are facing during COVID-19 is that the availability of the internet. Right now, I even don't know that in the mid of this interview, maybe electricity turns off and everything will be closed. We would not be able to continue our interview. The most important factor in this matter is the availability of internet and along with the availability of the electricity. In many parts of Pakistan, students don't have the internet right now. We don't have the luxury that of having internet at the basic fundamental rights. No, in many parts of Pakistan, right, in FATA, federally administrative tribal areas, which merged into the capital, with the KPK province. In many parts of Balochistan, in many parts of Sindh. So out of 4 major provinces, 3 provinces are lacking the basic principle, fundamental facility of internet. And number 3, being the students don't have the pocket money to buy the bundles of internet. So after 2 or 3 lectures, many students come with their faces that, teacher, we don't have such kind of mobiles with us. We don't have camera with us. We don't have internet with us. We are just using the simple mobiles because we can't afford these Android mobiles or Apple or Samsung or stuff like this. So they don't have the mobile, they don't have the internet, they don't have the electricity. So it doesn't mean that government is not doing something. They are doing, obviously they are doing, but they can't bring the whole infrastructure in just 1 or 2 months.
How would you say was Pakistan prepared on the crisis?
Whenever we are going to talk about the government policy, we must know how government actually works in Pakistan. Here in Pakistan, government must have to keep in view the perspective of the businessmen, media personnel, and especially the clergy guy. When people came, those Pakistanis who are working in England, or in Germany, in France, in Spain, in Greece, and as a laborer or whatsoever their capacity is. So when people actually returned, instead of cooperating with the government, whenever they landed in Pakistan, they bribe the government officials and they get rid of the whole process of testing from corona. In the COVID time, they just returned Pakistan. People knew that we are carrying the virus of the coronavirus, or we are being infected by the COVID-19. But the people just returned and lived over there. They did not disclose this fact with their family members, and I know dozens of people. This is not only one, or this is not something very exceptional. So I can quote dozens of families who returned from abroad, and all of a sudden the number increases. Then government of Pakistan tried to strict the measures, applied strict measures with the lockdown policy, with the social distancing policy, and all these things.
Like
I'm listening.
how about Pakistani people living in China coming back to Pakistan?
So first of all, I want uh, uh, to explore the difference between Pakistan's population, the Pakistan people who are living in Europe, and those who are living in China. There is difference. In Europe, people are living in a whole family structure with father, mother, and dozens of children, relatives. But in China, it's not the case like about families. It's mostly there are only one student. Maybe if he or she is married, maybe carrying her or his wife or husband with him or her. So in Europe, there is a family structure, Pakistani family structure. But in China, there is only students. So at the start of the COVID-19, um, Pakistani government disapproved the fact that they asked that we are not going to take or bring our students who are studying in China back to Pakistan. They should stay in China, but they must not return to Pakistan. So their relatives, their families, they all protested on the social media against the government of Pakistan that they should launch special flights to bring our Pakistani students out of the COVID country, out of China and out of Wuhan. But the government of Pakistan simply dismissed this factor by this simple interpretation that right now in Pakistan, we don't have the infrastructure to deal with the corona patients. At least China has the better infrastructure. They have the better doctors. They are working day and night on COVID-19. So they should stay over there in China. And if anyone amongst them get infected by COVID-19, those students might be Chinese doctors as compared to Pakistan. That was the thing. So they were not allowed. They were not allowed to enter Pakistan, and hundreds of students were stuck in China.
And what is the government doing now? Like, what measures have they taken? And what about the students in China? And how is it affecting your life right now?
So some are even still in Lanzhou or in Shanghai, in Guangzhou. They are still in their universities. But those who wanted to return to Pakistan, they returned to Pakistan in mid of February. So government of Pakistan uh, did not put any bar on them in mid of February. They tried to handle the situation with really severe measures, and people were not allowed to come out of their homes. People were not allowed to attend their offices, and semi-government and private agencies and infrastructure, everything was closed in Pakistan. People started protesting against it, but not on the basis, not just mere on the basis of the money, because they lack money. Obviously, people protested in Pakistan that laborers don't have the work, or daily wages don't have the work, or any vendor don't have the work. But along with it, ulamas and theological people, theologians, they also stood against a lockdown and consider it something really hazardous or harmful for Islam in Pakistan. So the government was forced by the religious clerics, Government was forced by the daily wages, obviously, poor daily wages. Government was forced by you can say small businessmen to open the industry, to open the transport, to open the all these. That poverty is the most important thing which forced the government of Pakistan to alter their perception of social distancing and strict measures. And people, because of poverty, government has to change their plan, and they allowed the people to run the small offices, to run the small businesses, to run the small shops, to earn the daily things. Government changed the isolation policy and normalize the matters. No, almost the previous day we had almost 1900 corona infection every day almost. So we are almost touching 60,000 corona patients in Pakistan.
A few minutes before you started talking about clerics and conservatives and how they react on the crisis, and one of your majors is Islamic theology, right? So maybe you can dive into this topic a bit more.
So many people consider the ulamas in Pakistan, whom you can say that religious clerics construct this COVID-19 as the continuity of Ta'un. Ta'un is you people might be knowing about a waba. So Muslims consider it nothing new in it. Rather, they consider it just a new version of an old disease of Ta'un. And Islamic theology, in which almost 98% Muslims are living in Pakistan, so the percentage of the population in Pakistan is 95% or 95+% people in Pakistan are Muslims. So mostly the Sunni Hanafi clerics consider it as the continuation of a ta'un. So anyone who is being infected by the ta'un is, if he or she dies out of it, he or she will get martyrdom, shahadat. And out of that martyrdom, so the epidemic or pandemic or disease is attached with theology in Pakistan, and a person who is being infected by this disease is his internal thinking pattern or his or her mental faculties are totally different as compared to the any person who is not a Muslim. So for Muslim, this disease is a passage to enter into the heaven. So when a patient is having such kind of internal conscience about the disease, he is least careful. He is least careful about the disease. In Pakistan, we have already lost almost 400 doctors and hundreds of paramedical staff while dealing all these disease patients. Just not because we don't have the good apparatus. Obviously, we don't have the good apparatus. We don't have the kits to diagnose the whole system or the diagnosed germs in Pakistan. When a patient is not careful about the disease, they enhance the vulnerability of the doctors in Pakistan. So inside their minds, those Muslims in their minds, they are least cautious about it, that they don't think that a person can become agent of transmitting the disease until Allah Ta'ala allows the disease to transfer. If a patient is being infected by this thing, they are more vulnerable for the doctors to treat them, because they are not taking it very careful, and a doctor who is putting his or her life to save the patient, and when patient is not responding carefully, so it eventually devalue the morale of the medical staff. So most important thing about this thing is that they consider coronavirus as a conspiracy of the West against the Islam to halt all the religious activities at mosques, to halt the religious activities at Kaaba, Makkah and Medina, the two religious holy cities of the Muslims. So they consider the coronavirus is not a real or genuine disease. Rather, this is a conspiracy theory, or this is a humanly made virus to harm or to disrupt the Muslims' activities. So they all consider, the Muslims consider it as a conspiracy against the Muslims. So it doesn't mean that government is not doing well. Obviously, government is trying best to deal with this issue, but we don't have the infrastructure. We don't have the test kits. When government is unable to provide every person's to check the basic, they have to go to the private labs. They just go to the private labs and just get it checked that either they are infected or not. So people are not being properly diagnosed. People, because government have the infrastructure, and people are preferring to those who have the money. They are preferring not to attend the government hospitals, rather to attend the private labs. But a poor person neither attend the government hospitals nor attend the private labs. He can't. He is not being entertained by the government officials in hospitals, and most importantly, because we don't have the infrastructure. Let me tell you. Previous week, my doctors friends disclosed this fact that they are using the same kit for dozens of patients. That if you check, if they check a patient with one kit, so they are just cleaning it with their process, and again using it for the second person, and the same kit for the third person, and same kit for the fourth person. So this is what is the real situation in Pakistan. So the ulamas, the religious people, they protested against the government, that the government is responding on the West call and implementing the policy of isolation in Pakistan, and the government is actually cooperating with the Jews, and government is cooperating with the America, and the government is cooperating with the West. Those who have consciously invented the policy of distancing to halt the religious activities in mosques for the Muslims. So they consider it, the policy of isolation, they consider it a conspiracy theory or a humanly made virus against the Muslims.
So it must be really difficult to keep track of all the infections. But do you know how many infections there were already and how many deaths?
That when it is all about the facts, government facts, these all are fabricated. These are not real. What is the whole process of collecting the data, either on child abuse, either on domestic violence, either on voting behavior in Pakistan, even on any congregation, or in the case of coronavirus. When we talk about the fact or the digit, first of all, you must be very clear, this is not real. This is fake, totally fake. So how a country can give the clear exact figure when they don't have the operator's basic kit to check either that person is infected or not? We don't have the basic kits to check that either that person is healthy or not. Number one. Number two, the second, then you might be shocked by this fact that once if I go to the hospital, the government doctors ask me that you are being infected by the coronavirus. Okay. So at the very same day, if I go to the private lab, they check me and they said that, no, you are not having any coronavirus. So when you talk about that final digit in Pakistan, we have already crossed, according to the government of Pakistan, we have already crossed almost 50,000 infected patients in Pakistan. Almost 16,000 people has been recovered out of this issue, which is really good. If we accept the government data, 50,000 people are being infected, 16,000 people has been recovered, and almost hundreds of deaths out of the whole process. So everyone is totally convinced that government don't have the infrastructure. So we don't blame the government right now. Rather, it's they don't have the capacity to deal with it. So when the government tries to block the things and government wants to implement the isolation policy, people started protest against them. Religious people with the thousands, hundreds of people on the roads. Poor people from like daily wages, small businessmen, they come onto the roads and protest against the government. And transport mafia, rather, because we don't have the very superb public transport in Pakistan. The train is not working very well in Pakistan, so people have their private transportation system in Pakistan, so they are no less than a mafia. So they come on the streets and ask the government and request the government to take off all the lockdown policy from Pakistan. So for 3 weeks, the government of Pakistan implemented it really with full rigor. But after 3 weeks, and at that time, the ratio of getting infection or getting infected by that the COVID-19, that was really very low. That was really very low, maybe few hundreds, when the government was following the isolation policy very strictly. But after 3 weeks, when due to the huge pressure from the business class, businessmen, industrialists, from the theologians, religious people, and obviously from the poor people as well, daily wages as well. So government of Pakistan uninstalled the policy of isolation from back to 2 or 3 weeks before. But now the ratio of being being infected out of those diseases is almost 2,000 patients every day. So it's rapidly swinging upward from last 2 weeks.
So we talked a lot about conservative forces and businessmen influencing the end of the lockdown. How is it about progressive forces, about trade unions? How do they react on the crisis and the lockdown?
So they asked the government of Pakistan to implement lockdown severely, number one. Number two, the left forces in Pakistan, they requested the government of Pakistan that our hospitals are not, our government hospitals are not very well equipped. So right now, until the days, at least in the days of coronavirus, the coming 2 or 3 months, the government should take possession of all private hospitals, and it should be allowed for all the people in Pakistan, and any migrant, because we have almost millions or lakhs of Afghani migrants in Pakistan. So migrants can visit them, our daily workers can visit those hospitals, our poor people can visit those hospitals. So number three, they asked the government of Pakistan to give relief to the poor people, and don't send the electricity bills to them, don't send the telephone or cellular or gas bills to them. So at least they feel little relaxed. because they don't have the jobs these days. They don't have the daily workers don't have the work to these days, so they are unable to pay the electricity or gas or telephone or cellular bills, and which actually government of Pakistan did one marvelous thing, that despite of having financial crunches, they identified the poor people in the whole country, and obviously that was not a very big money, but government of Pakistan tried to find out the poor people, and they send the money on their bank account. So government give the money just to so they can sustain out of this time.
I was wondering, how are the hospitals keeping up with this situation? Because you said that they don't have enough kids.
The things are really pathetic, because we don't have much doctors in Pakistan, and out of few of them know virology or epidemics. So Punjab government and Balochistan government, they literally put the doctors behind the bars. Those who did not deny to help the people, they wanted to help the people, but they asked the government of Pakistan to give us the basic utensils so that we can protect ourselves. Pakistani doctors, they are really dying day by day.
So does Pakistan receive any international help?
Pakistan is getting help from WHO, World Health Organization right now, and China has sent masks along with the, many ventilators.
I think we have a really better view of the situation in Pakistan right now. Linda, do you have any questions left?
No, I think Aslan, you did a good job. Do you have anything left you want to tell us?
Thanks for your attention, your time, your questions, and you consider me worthy enough to speak my views on this matter.